handy little map here, right at the start of the canal. So we are here, and I do need to fill up with some water, so I'm just going to look for the next water point, which I think is about here or here. So we've only got a couple of bridges to do, so I can fill up. And then the next sort of major mooring spot is Melbourne. But yeah, we'll just have to see, because I've no idea. Exciting stuff. Let's crank it. Go! Crank it! I've lost my mind, sorry. It's because no one else is around to tell me stop being weird. Quite slow going, and I know what the problem is. I've got some weed wrapped around the propeller, but I was just thinking, how do you actually tell if you have got something wrapped around the propeller? Well, one of the things I notice is the steering is much less control. You know, you turn full lock either way and, well, hardly anything happens. And the sound of the engine, see the idling speed is a lot faster, isn't it? Which means there is something stopping the propeller from turning round as quickly as it might. But it is difficult because if you're on a shallow canal, that could also be the reason why you're not moving so quickly. And probably the bottom of my boat as well is covered in weed itself, so that's probably not helping with the hydrodynamics. I don't know if that's the right word. Using my old curtains as a rag. I'm about 2 minutes walk from where I moored up last. It's taken me about 45 minutes. And you gotta laugh, because otherwise you would go insane. Some say I may have already got... Oh, shut up! Oh, God. There is a bit of a flow on this canal, so I am noticing that every time I do try and reverse, I'm ending up sort of stationary or going backwards even because of that flow. So that should mean it's easier when I return. There's no going back now, but when I could turn round and head back the other way, it should be slightly easier. On this occasion, I found some netting, like green. I'm not sure if it's agricultural or just from gardening, but plastic, so that is definitely not going back into the canal. Just come up to the first swing bridge. It's taken me forever to get here. I left my mooring spot at 9:30 and it's now 12:15. I've done about a mile. Right, I've not got the ending sorted yet. I'm here at Hag's Bridge. This is where I thought I'd get the water, but there's no water point here. Just the map I had, online map, it just told me there's a water point right here, but who knows what's happened to it. Maybe it was never here in the first place. But I'm at Hag's Bridge, which hopefully is the end of... No, I can see some more weeds. So many weeds. Oh man, it's just been a nightmare. But I've expected it, so I haven't been too annoyed. Right, I think I've let the engine cool down enough. Now it's time to crank on. I've got about 1.5 miles to the next lock, and it's the most weed I've ever seen. But I'm hoping if I get the revs up, get the speed up, I can just battle my way through that central channel, and hopefully it's going to be deeper. The water's going to be deeper than it has been previously. It's not just the weeds, it's the fact that the propeller can't really get much purchase. The reason for all this weed growth is because it's sunny, temperature's warmer, the canal's shallow, there's no trees covering the canal, so it's just a perfect environment for all sorts to grow underneath this water. And yes, I have slowed down a bit here. But I'm just using the tried and tested method of reversing just a little bit to clear the weeds, or to reverse that the way that they're wrapped around the propeller, and then I can push on a bit again. And it seems to be working all right. Nice bit of tree cover. Still a few weeds around, but this is making it easier, definitely. It's quite difficult for me to explain this, but as I'm going forward, I'm finding that if I kick up the revs and go as fast as I can, I'm getting through it easy, because not just because of the speed I'm going, but because the propeller is chopping through the weeds. But going at that speed, you're displacing the water. I'm displacing the water ahead of the boat quicker than normal. So all the weed ahead of me is sort of getting dragged towards my propeller. But going at tick over is just not working for me at the moment, because it's just slowly and neatly wrapping the weed around it. So yeah, the only way is to crank it. For me, for my boat. All boats are different. And I've got a full tank of diesel and water now, so yeah, I'm still quite low in the water. But still, I need to get down the weed hatch every now and then to clear what weed has collected. Let's see what we've got this time. Get in with this very handy tool. It's like half of a garden shear given to me by Glyn from Gull Marina. So thanks very much, Glyn, because this is really saving me from having to basically stand upside down on my head. It's quite far down to the propeller from where I'm standing normally. Yeah, so hardly anything. It doesn't take much. Just gotta make sure I don't splash the water back inside too much. Check for gaps. Get this thing back on. This secures it in place. But you knew all this stuff already. There's a swing bridge right in the middle of this lock, and I think a couple of volunteers are there. I don't know whether they're from the society or from the the Canal Society or from Canal and River Trust, but either way I'm very thankful, because yeah, this lock is quite something to get through on your own. What's your favourite spot on the canal? Do you have one?
Probably this one's one of them. It's really quite nice and quiet.
Because it is so secluded, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. I won't be able to hear you now. I think I might just tie up against this swing bridge and have a night here, because there are no other boats ahead of me. I've checked already, so as long as the farmer doesn't need to use it at 5 AM in the morning, it should be alright. All that is basically just dust and pollen and just bits and bobs that is flying around in the air. Crazy, isn't it? It's making me sniffle. But apart from that, it's amazing weather. Really nice. I'm enjoying it. It's very tiring, all the weed hatch escapades, but yeah, it's a lovely canal. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Another boat coming. Yeah. I'm not going to make that corner either. Right, I'm just going to go into the Melbourne Arm now. So this is pretty much the only designated mooring on the whole of this canal. So I'm just passing this landing bit here. That isn't for mooring, it's for the bridge. So you just have to go a little bit further into the basin itself by the permanently moored boats. These moorings are 48 hours only, and I think that's a bit stingy, but it's enough time for me to wash my boat down a little bit, using the water from the canal to rinse it all off. And yeah, I'm all ready to hit pub of the week. But before we do, I need to thank some people who are helping me with these videos. In the Crank It Crew logbook this week, we're putting in Hazel Fisher. Red flags for producers there. Thank you, Hazel. Zilla Russ, Adele and Guy Middleton, Steve Boat, another producer. So is Anne Durr. Thank you, Anne. And then we've got Alan and Alison Manton, who are also producers. Welcome. Carl Rudge, Helen Main, Angela Webster, Gillian Heathcote, Joseph Mulvaney, Joe Lorbenthal, I hope that's how I pronounce your name. You're a producer as well, thank you so much. Darren Swainston, Ian Hawksby, Emma Ackroyd, David Piper, Elizabeth Hawksby, Lynn Crook, James Fellows, another producer, and Penny Davies. Thank you all so much for joining the Crank It Crew and supporting my videos, and also enabling me to go to Pub of the Week, which is coming up now. Pub of the Week. Welcome to this absolute gem of a country pub. It's the only pub in the area and the only pub along the canal section where I'm on. But it's got some cracking little rooms here. There's a pool table, there's outside areas. They do the most amazing burgers. This one is a New York style one, so you've got pastrami in there as well as beef burger, the bagel, and there's chips just to die for. And yes, I'm drinking a Foster's. Get over it, guys, because there's plenty of other beers to choose from. What is the barmaid doing? I don't know, but it's a really fun place to be. Real locals pub, all ages. And the night I was there, they had these two playing music, and they're absolutely fantastic. And if you don't like that, it's fine, because there's always a bit of a sing-song at some point in the night. Landlady Emma on the left and Sam, the chef, on the right. Husband and wife team running this place. Absolutely brilliant. Right, that was Pub of the Week. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching this video. Part 2 of this vlog will see me trying to reach the end of the Pocklington Canal. So stay tuned to see how far I got there. In the meantime, enjoy these clips from the next video.